Hi guys, I'm Brooke and this is Pippa and we live full-time in my 2011 Honda Pilot, and today we are talking about pooping. So if you are easily grossed out, you don't like dealing with your own waste, and you don't want to face the reality that any type of camping, RVing, van life, car life, tent camping, living out in nature, living off grid, etc., means that you have to deal with an alternative way to handle your poop, then please just leave this video. I don't want to hear about how gross it is. Bodily functions are bodily functions, and there is something that needs to be dealt with on the road. And everyone says no one talks about it, but I feel like I know a lot of people that talk about it, including myself, multiple times and in very exposing ways. But I'm here to talk about it again. I did a video on my pee also this week, so if you haven't seen how I pee in the car, I will link that video, and I will also let you guys know I have tried all of the camping bathroom methods, like literally every single one. I've lived in an RV, I've lived in 2 SUVs now, and a pop-up camper, and I'm planning on transitioning into another rig later this year. So I have pretty much tried every method you can imagine. The camping seat, the camping toilet, the camping bucket, the camping bag, the shovel method, the cat hole method, just pooping on the ground and picking it up like dog poop method. I have tried every single one, including I had a black tank when I had my Class C. Everybody thinks it's so gross. Honestly, it's not that hard to deal with. I don't know why people are intimidated by their own waste. But you know, whatever. To each their own. I get it. It can be gross at times, but I have a dog and I regularly have to handle her poop. So maybe because it's coming out of my body, it's just less gross. I don't know, but it is something you have to handle and you have to deal with. And it's not something you want to like hang out with all the time, which is why I feel like it's surprising that people want me to have these large bathroom setups that have to travel in the car with me, because no matter what you do, things will smell at some point. No matter how many different kitty litters, coconut coiffure, and all of this stuff you put in it, like eventually you just need to get rid of it. And it does smell, and I would just rather not have a bucket that literally gets stored next to my bed every night where I have to put my head to sleep in the car with me, which is why I have made it to this method that I use now. And honestly, it's the one that works the best for me. I get it, not everybody's the same, but you're on my channel and this is what works best for me. If you want to see my review of all of the other bathroom methods I use, I did a video about a year ago. I think it's my most viewed video on this channel, about 8 different camping options that I go over. So if you have different mobility issues, you can't get straight to my method, that's totally fine, but I'm not going to review them again because I think that video is still really well put together and really comprehensive, so you can just go watch that one instead of watching it here again. But I will say, at the end of that video, I talked about this method and I still use it to this day. I just use a garbage bag. Just like straight up. I don't put it in a bucket. I don't put it in one of those chairs anymore. I just literally put my butt into the garbage bag and poop straight into the garbage bag, and then tie it up and put it into a little Tupperware container until I can take it to the trash. That's literally it. I'll show you the tutorial right here. One of the things you need to do is, I feel like tall kitchen bags work the best. I don't know why, but that size of garbage bag is like the perfect size to be able to still fit over your body. I'm a plus size person, so what I do is I rip the seam of the garbage bag so I can size it to fit around. I just put it over my bum like pants and poop, and then I tie it up. I just put some rocks in the bottom of this bag so you could like see it. I just tie it up as close to the actual poop at the bottom of the garbage bag as possible, and then put it with like either another day's worth, or if I was having diarrhea or something like that, or any of Pippa's poops that I pick up. I keep all of the poop related things in our little poop bin, and it just gets stored in there until I take it to the dumpster. Now, I get full arguments every single time I talk about this method about how you cannot dump this into a regular dumpster, but every single time I feel like we have to remember that adult diapers, baby diapers, dog poop, actual hazardous waste, all of these things get dumped into our dumpsters and are going to a landfill. I get that, but it's keeping your waste out of nature. Leave No Trace has changed their methods in a ton of national parks, federal land, BLM land, state land, etc. And in a lot of places now, you are not supposed to be digging cat holes anymore because people have been doing it improperly, or there are just too many visitors and there's too much waste being buried in these places. So for the fact that you bag it and you put it into a contained space where waste is supposed to be going is actually better for the environment than just leaving it to decompose, especially if you're not doing it properly. You might as well just bag it up like dog poop and throw it away, because if you're not going to actually dig a proper cat hole, you might as well just bag it up and throw it away. You're helping other campers not have to deal with your waste. Animals won't dig it up. Dogs won't eat it. Crows won't grab your toilet paper, all this stuff. So you just wipe it all up, put it in the trash, and get rid of it. Am I saying you should be throwing loose shit into a garbage can? Absolutely not. Put it in a bag, be considerate, but it's the same thing as if you had a baby and you were throwing away a baby diaper. You're gonna put that into a garbage bag if you were traveling. Same thing with me every single day picking up dog poop. I have little plastic baggies of dog poop that also go in the trash. It is what it is, guys. We have to do the best we can to keep nature free and accessible for everybody, and this is quite literally keeping waste out of our watersheds and out of the ecosystems that we are traveling to. It is the most eco-friendly option. If you want to argue, you're going to argue with nobody in the comments below, because I'm not going to explain myself anymore about it. This is the best way to do it, which is why Leave No Trace has wag bags now that you can purchase, and we are moving towards that method of disposing waste while wild camping and out in, nature. Now, if I have access to a clean bathroom, of course, I am going to go use a toilet instead. This is mostly for wild camping. This is mostly when you are at a trailhead and the porta potty is disgusting, or the pit toilet is disgusting, or there is no toilet. Sometimes even if there is a porta potty or something available, like, it's cleaner for me to just poop into a clean, fresh garbage bag than it is for me to try to squat over like a disgusting porta potty toilet, or like some Hills Have Eyes stuff has been going on in there, and I just don't want to deal with it. It is cleaner to just handle it on your own. That is also why the seat is taken out in the back. I can do the same method. I know in the tutorial I did it outside because it's easier to film, but I can squat back here and do the exact same thing and then just put it into that little container. And I don't hang out with it. I don't hang out with bags and bags and bags of poop in my car. That's weird. I don't know who's doing that. I take it to the trash as soon as humanly possible. Is that sometimes the next morning or something like that? Yes. And that's why I have that little Tupperware container, because I can set that outside, because there's not food waste or anything in it. So I'm not really worried about animals getting into it. And I can just set that outside so it doesn't smell overnight in the car and then just get rid of it. So that is my video. Again, if you want to see some of the other options that you can also use bags with, but have more mobility options, go back and watch my previous video. I talk through the pros and cons of a lot of those things. I've tried them all, but this is just how I do it. This is the update. This is the exclusive method I do. I do not dig cat holes anymore. I literally only use public restrooms or this method, and I hope this helps maybe like break the fourth wall or like give a little bit more transparency on like how we handle things out here. But I know from personal experience, if you don't have room to have a composting setup, like 90% of us, this is what we're doing. Even if people don't talk about it, and even if people pretend that it's gross and they like don't do these kinds of things, they're doing it. So just so you know. Obviously we're doing them in our own special little ways, and this is how I do it. And again, I hope this helps. I hope you can practice at home. It's not as gross as you think it is, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.